Welcome to the IP Conceptions online client portal demonstration. The purpose of this demonstration is to acquaint intended parents with IP Conceptions online client portal. And the purpose of the portal is to provide intended parents and IP Conceptions and CFAM staff in Mexico and GSM agency staff in Mexico a platform to collaborate on each surrogacy journey. When you initially hire IP Conceptions, you'll be receiving an email that looks like this, indicating that a workspace has been created by IP Conceptions. And for purposes of this demonstration, I have created a fictitious intended parent. His name is John Smith. So our username is john.smith, and we're being provided a temporary password so we can log in. We can follow this link to log into the client portal, and it may be a good idea to bookmark that link for easy access in the future. Type in our username, and for John Smith, because I logged in earlier this morning using John Smith's account, I changed his password, but when you log in initially using the temporary password, you will be prompted to change that password to a permanent password of your choosing. And when you log in, the page that you are initially directed to is the overview page. You can see in the upper left-hand corner that we are John Smith, and we are logged into the Smith surrogacy journey. Of course, each intended parent is only able to access his or her own surrogacy journey. The overview page contains a couple of useful pieces of information. The first is this activity stream, and this is basically an audit trail of everything that has occurred within your surrogacy journey. You'll see that the first item listed here under April 6th, this of course will all be chronological, is the project was created by Joseph Adams at 11:33 this morning. Since then, I have done a few different things on the project. I've added a few messages, I've uploaded a few files. I've done most of that while logged in as John Smith, so you'll see that it was done by John Smith. So the first piece of important information on the overview screen is this comprehensive chronological audit trail of everything that's occurred in your journey. The second important piece of information is a list of all of the people who have been assigned to your journey, which includes staff at IP Conceptions, staff at CFAM in Mexico, staff at CFAM via Hermosa. It also includes you as the intended parent, and it will include the GSM agency in via Hermosa as well. The next page is the tasks page. One of the fundamental objectives of the client portal is to provide intended parents with an overview of all of the tasks that have been completed and still need to be completed in their journey, as well as who those tasks need to be completed by. And that's provided here on the task screen. Each task is assigned to a stage or a task list. And here you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 task lists. Within each list are specific tasks that must be completed. As each task is completed, it is checked by the person who has been assigned to the task, and you'll see that certain tasks have these red boxes. That means that these tasks cannot be completed or cannot be checked as complete until some previous task has been completed, because these tasks are dependent on the completion of a previous task. So as the previous task is completed, then the subsequent tasks that are dependent will be available for completion. Each task can be clicked on, and additional details for that task would be provided here if there were any. For this particular task, I haven't included any additional details, but if there were additional details, those details would be indicated here, as well as any files that relate specifically to this task, and any messages or comments that have been posted by anybody specifically related to this task. And you'll see here we can add a comment or post a question regarding this specific task. So this specific task is sign IP Conceptions LLC coordination agreement. So I could say, thanks for sending the contract. And then I have the ability to select who is notified by email that this comment has been posted. And I'm going to select Catherine and Joseph. I can set privacy settings so that only specific people can see my comment. And for this comment, it's fine with me that everybody sees it, so I'm just going to leave that checked as everybody. And I also have the ability to attach a file that relates specifically to my comment, but I don't have any files that relate specifically to my comment, so I'm not going to include one. If I had actually posted my comment, I canceled out, but if I had actually posted my comment, it would appear here just like this one. The individuals who are notified by email, and actually all users, as long as the privacy settings don't provide otherwise, all users would have the ability to view the comment that I posted and to reply. Users that I have selected for email notification additionally receive an email notification that the comment has been posted. The next page is milestones, and before I go to milestones, I'll show you here on the task lists. Each task list will indicate whether it's related to a particular milestone. The first milestone in the journey is a confirmed pregnancy. So everything that you see here, all of these task lists, all relate to our first milestone of confirmed pregnancy. In the event we have a confirmed pregnancy, then additional tasks will be added that cover the pregnancy period, and those would relate to the second or the final milestone, which is a delivery. So if we click on the milestones tab, we have the milestones page. There's nothing to do here on the milestones page. It just simply shows us that this milestone has not yet been reached, and that all of these task lists, all of these stages, need to be completed as a part of this milestone. I'm going to go to the Messages tab. That brings up our Messages page. This is very similar to posting a comment related to a specific task, except that a message posted here does not relate to a specific task. So here you can ask general questions, post general comments, and again, let's see, general comment. This is a general comment. Again, I have the ability to categorize, or I would have the ability to categorize if I had category set up, which I don't. I have the ability to notify people by email that this comment is being posted. I'm not going to notify anybody. And I have the ability to set privacy settings. So if I only want specific people to see this message, I can indicate that here. And I have the ability to attach or upload a file along with this message. So I'm going to post this message, and I'm given this warning that I have not selected anybody for email notification. And the reason that it's giving me this warning is that if I don't select anybody for email notification, then nobody will know that I've posted this message until they log in to the journey just to check the status or for some other reason. And so if any message is ever posted that requires any kind of a response or any kind of action, or is in any way urgent, then you really need to make sure that somebody is receiving an email and notification so that timely action can be taken. But for our purposes here, it's okay with me that nobody's notified, and here the message is posted. Now, this almost follows a social media format. So when somebody clicks on my general comment and they open it up to read it, they can add a reply. Again, similar to a social media format. The messages function in the client portal is very important because it's our objective to create and maintain a comprehensive and complete record of each surrogacy journey, and that includes all communication back and forth between intended parents and IP Conceptions and CFAM staff and the GSM agency staff. And we would really like intended parents to be able to, or staff in Mexico or staff at IP Conceptions, to be able to access a particular journey and see what's occurred throughout the course of that journey. What questions were raised, what responses were given to those questions. And so in order to do that, we strongly encourage everybody to communicate through the client portal using either the messages tab or using the messaging feature related to a specific task. And if there are any messages that are posted that you would like to remain confidential, you always have the ability to set the privacy settings so that only certain people can see your messages. But if messages are sent outside the client portal using, for example, just regular email, there's always the risk that those messages, those emails, will not make their way into this system and will not become a part of the whole record of your journey. We will, when we receive email, we will do our very best to forward copies of those emails directly into this system. We have the ability to forward emails directly into this system, so we will try to do that. But in order to increase the likelihood that all messaging is captured, we really do encourage everybody to use to send messages through the client portal here. Okay, the next page is the files page. This gives everybody the ability to upload documents so that everybody assigned to the journey can review the documents. You'll see that I've uploaded two PDFs already that are here. I could click on them to open them up. We can upload a file. I'll upload another PDF. I'll say add files. I'm just going to navigate to any PDF on my desktop. So here's a PDF. Okay, it's uploaded the PDF. I have the ability to categorize it, or I would have the ability to categorize it if I had set up categories. I have the ability, again, to notify people by email that this document has been uploaded. And I have the ability to set privacy settings for this document. I can add a description. And if the document is a new version for an already existing document, I can click this box and it would add my new document as a new version to an existing document. So I'll click upload these files, and it uploads the files. And there it is. It's important to note that if you upload a file as a part of a message, either under the message tab, or if you upload a file as part of a comment or a message to a specific task, that document that's been uploaded will also appear here. So this is a global list of documents that have been uploaded related to this journey. The documents that we anticipate uploading would be executed contracts, any kind of surrogate or gestational substitute mother testing. So for example, a beta test, any kind of imaging that's done, so ultrasound images, for example. So any kind of documents related to your journey we'll be uploading and including here. The next tab is notebooks. We don't anticipate using this feature often, if at all, for surrogacy journeys, but we did leave it active in the event we do want to use it for some reason. But what it does is it allows us to create what's referred to here as a notebook, which is essentially a document, a text document, and we can create the text document and save it, and others in our group or assigned to our project would have the ability to make changes. It's a useful feature when you are collaborating regarding the content of a document. So for example, website content, the content of a contract, and you can collaborate with all of the other people assigned to the project. So again, probably not particularly useful for our purposes, but we did leave it as an active feature. And finally is the links tab. This brings up the links page. The links page allows us to upload links to various websites, and these are all links to websites that you will have access to outside the client portal, but we will be providing the links here in the event that you lose a website address, or in the event that you don't have it handy, maybe you're away from home, and so here, for example, we will include links to IP Conceptions website, CFAM's website, to GSM agency, to the the online donor database. Here I've created a link to the donor database, and so if I were to click on this, it would open a new window and take me to the donor database. Okay, I think that's a pretty comprehensive overview of the client portal. Again, the objective is to facilitate communication and facilitate effective communication among all of the people working on your surrogacy journey, which includes you, the staff at IP Conceptions, the staff at CFAM, both in Mexico City and Villahermosa, the GSM agency. The objective of this portal is not to replace human contact or human interaction. It's still very important for us at IP Conceptions to have frequent and ongoing personal interaction and contact with each client. However, it is very important to us that everybody involved in your surrogacy journey know what's happening, know what stage we're at in the process, know what's been done, what hasn't been done. And we believe that this portal will keep everybody up to date and everybody on the same page. Of course, if you ever have any questions regarding the use of the portal or anything else, you can always contact us, and our main number is 630-318-1230. Thank you very much.